Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne Marino. Here's Mark. Hey Mark.
Hey.
And we're just doing some MarinoTV filming, and I thought I would just set up the camera and give you a little bit of a live shot here of some of the stuff that we're doing. And let me show you this. Okay, because some of you, no matter what business you're in, need some help with handling internet leads. So that's what we're talking about here. So it's going to be a pretty short video. Mark's going to come in and do his little startup thing, and we'll get going on this. So this is called eLead benchmarks, my friends. eLead benchmarks. There we go. This would be take one, correct, Mark?
Should be the only take we need.
All right. I'm Dwayne Marino. Welcome to this module entitled eLead Benchmarks. All right, I want to talk about a few things that are getting in the way of the higher conversion rates for a lot of my clients. Now, the first one here on the left-hand side on my high-tech flip chart is the 4 primary challenges you need to address. Now, there's lots of other modules I've got on how to make this happen, but this first piece is very important. If you don't get in the customer's inbox, if your technology is set up incorrectly, if you don't understand what a subject line can and cannot look like, you're going to get stuck in their junk mail or their spam folder. Now, I can tell you this. If I have something in my junk mail or spam folder and my computer is smart enough to put it in there, I'm not dragging it over to the inbox. So if you're not getting all of your emails into the customer's inbox, that's a major problem because you're never getting engagement or response or reply rate conversions if you're not in the inbox. Point 2, part B, is now we've got to get it opened. We are deleting emails all day long out of our inbox, even if they end up there. And man, I feel 5 pounds lighter when I swipe right and reconfirm that and run the right icon and garbage bin that thing. So we don't want our emails being deleted. They've got to get opened. We'll talk about how to do that. Part C, getting it read. If you track your own eye movements, very few people now can read anything. We can't be bothered. We scan. If they can't find the information they need rapidly, it will never get read. And if it doesn't get in the inbox, if it doesn't get open, doesn't get read, part D is never going to happen. You're never going to get a reply. So what happens when you don't get a reply? Well, the terminology I use here on the left-hand side is you have an inquiry when the customer submits a question or something they want to know through your website to you. It's an inquiry. It's not a lead. It's only an inquiry. We convert to leads when the customer replies to my reply. So there's obviously some rules of engagement there in terms of how to make this happen quickly with people and properly. But you don't have a lead until they reply to your reply. All you had was an inquiry. Now, a lot of the clients I'm dealing with, because they're making so many mistakes over here, they don't understand how to even make this happen. Their lead ratio, conversion from inquiries to lead ratio, is much lower than it should be. So we're going to talk about how to convert to leads at least 9 times out of 10. Now, if you're going to convert to leads 9 times out of 10, that means for every inquiry that you get and you're sending back a reply, this is happening with all of them. It's in the inbox, it's getting open, it's getting read, and then they're deciding to reply. The decision happens here, but at least I'm making sure the top 3 happen based on how I'm formulating my response. So we'll go through that. From there, we want to find a way to close the pipes and reduce friction, bring a lot of value and efficiency to the customer and their inquiry. And we need now to get 8 people here on the phone. People are the most hostile behind the bigger keyboard. So they're the most hostile by emailing. It's totally anonymous. And some people actually open up anonymous emails. I was at a dealership recently with a dealer group, and one of the email inquiries that the sales rep was dealing with, the Gmail address was anonymouscarshopper@gmail.com. So this person is going to be extremely evasive and aggressive because we don't know who they are. So we got to get people off of the keyboard onto the little keyboard maybe, which is texting. Past that would be ideal, get them on the phone. And if you make that happen, they're probably going to come in for an appointment. So we got to get context and emotion and get the rapport up. And again, reduce the whole transaction times by getting 10 inquiries converted to 9 leads. And then these leads, now that we're engaged, getting them on the phone right away. From there, if we can get them on the phone, they've already identified themselves as a very willing participant through this process. We want to book 7 appointments. Now, some people book appointments, they really mean it. They want to come in. Some people just want to get us off the phone and say, yeah, I'll be there. And some people absolutely, are going to keep that appointment and they want to do business with us, or at least what we're all about. If you can get these first 4 numbers happening or 3 numbers happening, you'll be closing always about half of your appointments. So 3.5 sales out of 10 inquiries is the minimal benchmark today. I hope this makes sense. The next video is going to talk about is how to make this happen, how to actually create the technology, verbally, behind the keyboards, texting, on the phone, and the technology with your computers and laptops and so on, those systems, to make sure that this is actually flowing properly for you and your company. I'm Dwayne Marino. Consider these benchmarks. Hold them up to the numbers you're currently tracking. Remember, if you're not measuring it, it makes a really improvement of it difficult. So track your numbers, track your own benchmarks, and see how you're comparing to this. We'll see you on the next module. And that, my friends, is why Mark calls me the one-take wonder. All I got here is a flip chart. Most of my videos, I don't have that. So anyways, take care. Great selling. Mark, do you have any advice for our crew on Facebook Live?
Pay attention to e-leads.
That was deep. Good job, Mark. Thanks a lot. Okay, see you later, folks.